Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the moon, and it's one of the most iconic moments in human history. But have you ever noticed that there are only a few photos of Neil Armstrong on the moon? In this video, I'm going to share the reason why there are so few photos of Neil Armstrong on the moon. There are a few reasons for this. First, Armstrong was the one holding the camera most of the time. When Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon, they only had one camera with them. And since Armstrong was the commander of the mission, he was the one who was responsible for taking most of the photos. So, if you think about it, Armstrong was literally too busy taking photos of Buzz Aldrin to take photos of himself. Second, Armstrong was focused on the mission. This may seem like a no-brainer, but Armstrong was a very focused person. He was so focused on the mission of landing on the moon and walking on its surface that he didn't want to take any unnecessary risks or waste time taking pictures of himself. After all, he was on a mission to change history, not to take selfies. Third, the lunar surface is very dusty. The moon is covered in a fine layer of dust that can be very difficult to see in photos. This is because the dust is so fine that it can easily scatter light, resulting in blurry or obscured photos. Armstrong didn't want to take any photos that would be ruined by dust, so he was careful not to take too many photos of himself. Fourth, Armstrong was wearing a spacesuit. Spacesuits are bulky and restrictive, which makes it difficult to move around and take photos. Fifth, the lunar module was cramped. The lunar module is a very small space, and there isn't a lot of room to move around. Armstrong and Aldrin had to be careful not to bump into each other or the equipment. This made it difficult to take photos. So, there you have it. These are the 5 reasons why there are so few photos of Neil Armstrong on the moon. But even though there are few photos of him on the moon, Neil Armstrong's legacy will continue to inspire people for generations to come. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.